Dwight said he was getting rid of that wife, but instead he gave her a job because she gave him a job. A nasty one.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned in to my Empire recap. Guys, be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so. Share this video wherever you like to share videos. And don't forget to give it that good old thumbs up, honey. Let's see. Shout outs. Shout out to Random TV Reviews. You guys are freaking awesome. Shout out to you guys. Definitely check them out. The channel is Random TV Reviews. And they were like, Cookie tore that joint up. And yes, she did. She tore it up, honey. I mean, she went off. She was going all around everywhere. She done broke up everything. All of his good plaques and everything. But guess what? When you got money, you can get them back. And that's exactly what he did. He got them replaced. He probably reported it as a vandalism and got everything replaced. So we start off with Cookie. She was like washing off all the filth from the night before, honey. She was washing off the blood and the dirt and, you know, the sweat from taking all them bats and hiding everything, and, you know, the filth of her kissing her ex and everything else, you know, just being dirty, you know, kissing the person that she said she was going to leave alone. So yeah, she washes it all off, and then she talks to her sister Candace. And she tells her how, you know, she kind of crossed the line and everything else that she did. And her sister's like, you know, even though she feels like she needs to tell Angelo, her sister's like, you know, don't do that. Because you don't need to allow him to mess up your future. Lucifer is not going to mess up your future. Not this time, honey. You need some goodness in your life. And, you know, you don't really have to say anything. So Hakeem, he's having his auditions. And him and Tiana seem to really be hitting it off. He even wants her to, like, meet the baby, be around the baby a little bit more, because that's a part of his life. And if she's going to be in his life, that is something that she's going to have to deal with. But I feel like he's kind of forcing it just a little bit. Like, you know, I guess he's trying to work his way into it, but she seems like, you know, she's nervous about it. And I mean, granted, all them people is crazy, you know? They could be like, I don't want you holding my baby. You know how new mothers can be like, wait, what? What's going on here? You know? So Luscious, he hired a new security for his mama. And, I mean, mama is good. Mama ducked and slipped out of there so fast and went over to see Dwight. I mean, not Dwight. She went over to see, what's the man named? Tarik, who's Lucius' half-brother, and told him that, you know, Lucius was supposed to be getting rid of her, but then ends up giving her the A&R job, and she wants her out of there. So they have a little conversation, and, you know, so he can come up with a plan. Later on, he did go and see Anika, and he told her something about she gotta go to court and testify, or she can go to witness protection. I think that was the two ultimatums that she was given, and she's like, why are you doing this? Like, life is just starting to look up for me. You know, she finally is getting to do something that she actually likes to do again and have a position of power. And what happens? Like, it's taken away from her just like that, because dude is like, you gotta get out of town. And he said that he would, like, supply a car for her, and he would also, like, take the baby too and put it in witness protection with her. But I'm like, all of that is bogus. Like, she should, like, at least try to clear it up. Like, how is he's the one serving you? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't seem legit, because he's family. And from what I know, I don't think they can get that close. The only reason why he even got that close in the beginning is because he lied about his relationship to Lucius. But, you know, when you're scared and you're worried and stuff like that, you don't really think about asking questions sometimes, which is how people get messed up sometimes. So Anika, she had earlier, before, like a little bit before that, like during the auditions, Anika had spoke with Becky. You know, Becky was feeling some type of way that Anika ended up getting the A&R job and she didn't. But Anika was actually very nice to her, said in a couple of years she probably will be able to have that position. She was just Lucia's assistant before. And she also gives her a lot of, like, control over certain things. And Becky actually appreciates that and gives her a hug and tells her that she's happy that she's back. Because, you know, she was living in hell just not too long ago with that guy, with the dude, I forgot his name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. She was just living in hell where he was just kind of like sabotaging her and taking credit for things that she did. Tori and Jamal, they were making some good music together, and with the help of Cookie, they were kind of like really mashing and smashing things up and just, you know, just making amazing stuff. And I was just listening like, yes, like, I don't think I've ever heard a really bad song that was featured on Empire. Like, these songs are always just, they have like such great hooks. I don't know who does their music in the background and their ghostwriters and all that, but honey, they are doing a great job. Lucius, he goes to the studio to listen to what Jamal and Tori have been cooking up, and he kind of takes inspiration from that and creates his own music and takes over Jamal's sessions when Jamal tries to come in to, you know, kind of do his thing or whatever. His dad is there and he's like, you know, I paid for these sessions, what are you doing here? And he pretty much like totally ignored him and everything that he was saying to him. Ooh, this is nice and cold, honey, in my throat. So yeah, he just kind of like ignored him. Who was just kind of like in the zone, having what's her name? Having Nessa on stage, like just kind of singing and just kind of doing by his vision that he had in his head, which was pretty messed up. It's like every time Jamal, and this is why Jamal be like, you know, it's a good thing that he didn't like resort back to drugs or something. Like every time he tries to do something good, it's like his dad kind of pulls him back down. And he constantly gives his dad chances because he loves him and wants his approval so badly. So Anika, she leaves Belle with Hakeem, and she doesn't really say when she's coming back or where she's going or anything else, because she's just trying to get away. And she's just like, you need to step up because this is your child too. And then she was out. Like, that was pretty much it. He's like, when you coming back? And she says nothing. So at the same time, Cookie's parole like officers or whatever, they was coming to get her. So she called Angelo like, can you come here? I need you real quick. So he comes, scoops her up, and he says that he looked into it because, you know, he with the government, so he could find out everything. And he sees that they were trying to get her because they said she violated her parole by associating with known felons. But being that she's in the music industry, a lot of people have felonies, you know what I mean? So she wasn't really sure like how this happened. Of course, the first person or first thought is Lucius. So Angelo's like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of this. They go to see Lucius, and she was like, she was turned on by that for the fact that he was like, you know, about to hold it down and just kind of handle it, because she's so used to like being around Lucius, who always like takes care of things. Like, even though he can be such an a-hole, if something goes down, he handles it, and she loves that about him. She loves that he, like, steps up and he's, like, you know, he's always, like, in control type of thing. So, yeah, they go over to see him, and Angelo tries to, like, you know, let him know about himself real quick. But Lucius is just like, I didn't do this. And he lets her know, like, if I wanted to do this, I would find a better way to do it. He was like, you need to think about Tarik because he's most likely the one that set this up. So, you know, it definitely gives them something to kind of think about. But Angelo goes, but he leaves, like, threats and stuff. Like, you know when I come for you. Just trust and believe that. I'm like, oh, snap. Angelo bringing out his hood side. I see you, Angelo. And following that, some grimy stuff was going down because Lucius, he's in I think that was a club or whatever. He's in there. Invites Jamal to come over, and he's like, you know, I didn't want to be in the studio anymore, in the confines of the little studio. We need something grand, you know, something epic, something big. And he got his little Lucious with the fire, you know, Lucifer stuff going on back there. And he's like, you know, we don't need those auto tunes and all that stuff from the studio. We just need real raw music. And you helped me to know exactly what it was that my album was missing. Then all of a sudden, out pops Tori playing the devil's chord or whatever hell those chords was that she was playing that he didn't want in his music. I guess the father like sweet talked her into like, oh, we can incorporate your music into my album, and she actually went with him. And I don't think she really knew that she was being manipulated at first until she saw Jamal there. She tried to call him to come back so she could talk to him, because she could see that Jamal was like disappointed and mad at her for just kind of going to the other side, which was, you know, really effed up, because it's like he has something good and his dad just steals it away. It's like anytime he does something good, has something good, his dad just tries to F it up. So yeah, that's how that went down with that, which was totally effed up. You know, it was effed up on both parts, on his father and on Tori, because Tori, I feel like she should have known better. And if you're working with somebody, like, where's your loyalty at? Y'all got out of there together, out of the rehab, broke out together, but yet his father just hits you up and you just go, you know? So Andre, Shine, and this other dude, I forgot his name, he was like some thug life gangster dude that you can't really trust. And Nessa was telling Andre, like, you can't really trust that dude. Like, something ain't right with him. And he did show that he was pretty disrespectful when Andre tried to, like, give him a handshake. So anyways, they go to meet up with this other dude so they could do some business. And Andre mentions that he is Lucius' son. When he says that, the dude calls out this chick from the back, Nia Long, and he calls up this chick from the back, Juliana, you know this dude? And she was like, no. She's like, this is Lucius' son, you know him? And then she was like, no. Yo, he like straight up like slapped her up real quick, and Andre looked like he was getting mad about it. Like, you don't have to do that though. And he was like, he sent her away. Like, yo, we'll handle this later. And then out of her purse, her pocketbook, she pulls out a gun, shoots the dude in the back of the head. And then that other guy that was with Andre and Shine, he looks like he's about to go and shoot her because she shot him, but Shine got him first. Boom, boom, got him down. I mean, I know Shine was feeling some type of way because dude was pretty disrespectful anyway, but it looked like it was all like one big scam because they was just talking to her like, yo, we still good with this deal or whatever. So yeah, from what I see, she looked like she's going to be a heavy hitter in the show. And I'm so here for her character right now. Like, I'm loving the way she got her face looking. Like, I love me some Nia Long from like back in the days, honey. So I'm living for her being on this show for real, for real. I hope she's going to be on there for a while. I mean, they got some good people up on Empire. I'm so serious, and I'm here for it. I'm excited. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Have you guys been watching Shots Fired? I did watch the first episode. It is pretty interesting. It's something that I'm not like, oh my God, I have to run to watch it. But it's something that I watch like on my DVR like throughout the week or on the weekend when I get a chance, you know. But I like it though. I like it. So far, so good. So I'm pretty interested with it, but I definitely won't be reviewing it. Another show that I really like is The Quad. I did do a monologue from The Quad on my Some More Love Uncut channel. If you guys want to check that out, it's Some More Love Uncut. I don't really promote that channel at all. I just put monologues on there. I used to do my weight loss journey on there. And yeah, it's like just pretty like an underground type of channel, which I'm not really like, oh, I want this channel to be big. It's just like whoever sees it, sees it. And, yeah, The Quad is pretty interesting. I really enjoy watching that show. It has, like, a lot of... I like the you know, all the topics that they talk about. Like, they really go there and talk about things that we don't get to talk about a lot with entertainment and, you know, in a lot of these shows. I feel like Empire tends to do it, too, which I like. They make a lot of the headlines come out, but in an entertaining type of way that would really catch a young viewer's attention. But yeah, we ain't gonna talk too much more because y'all know I could talk, honey. And I need to edit all these videos that I just did. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.